Throughout world history, civilizations in Central and South America developed later than those in Asia or Europe. Yet they offer no less fascination. One of the most renowned among them is the Aztec civilization, which thrived in central Mexico between the 14th and 16th centuries. Mention the Aztecs, and most people think of grand stone pyramids, vibrant feathered garments, and the infamous practice of human sacrifice. But what lies beneath these iconic images? Let us explore the world of the Aztecs. Like other Mesoamerican cultures, the Aztecs originated in the heart of Central America. Unlike the rice fields of China or the wheat fields of Egypt, their staple crop was maize. Alongside maize, they cultivated tomatoes, cacao, potatoes, squash, and avocados. The first great civilization of Central America was the Olmec, emerging around 1200 BCE. They were master sculptors and introduced ritual practices, including human sacrifice, that would influence both the Maya and the Aztecs. After the Olmecs declined, Teotihuacan rose as a dominant power, inspiring later civilizations. The Maya eventually declined as well, paving the way for new powers like the Mexica, later known as the Aztecs. While civilizations like the Maya reached technological heights, the Aztecs faced geographical challenges. Mountainous terrain, limited metal resources, and restricted cultural exchange slowed their technological progress. These factors would later make them vulnerable to European conquest. But in the centuries before, the Aztecs built a thriving society grounded in ingenious agriculture. Their most vital innovation was the chinampa, artificial islands constructed in shallow lakes where crops could grow year-round. By layering mud and organic material, they transformed lakes into fertile gardens. Chinampas were astonishingly productive, capable of yielding 7 harvests per year. 1 hectare could feed up to 20 people. Through this innovation, the Aztecs supported a vast population. They also mastered water management. Aqueducts transported fresh water into cities, while waste was collected and repurposed as fertilizer, creating a sustainable agricultural cycle. The lakes themselves provided abundant food. Fish, amphibians, shrimp, insects, and waterfowl enriched the Aztec diet. Surprisingly, livestock was rare. Instead, the Aztecs relied heavily on wild game and aquatic resources, embracing the rich bounty of their environment. Aztec society was meticulously structured. At the top stood the pili, the noble class. They wore ornate feathered garments, owned land, and held high office. Beneath them were the mesahualtin, commoners who farmed the land and produced goods. At the base of society were tlacotin, slaves. Yet in Aztec culture, slavery was not hereditary, and freedom could be earned. Social mobility was possible, especially through military valor. A warrior who captured many prisoners could rise in rank, even attaining noble status. Remarkably, Aztec women had property rights equal to men. Inheritance was shared among sons and daughters alike, granting women significant economic independence. Yet gender roles remained defined. Men worked as farmers, merchants, craftsmen, and warriors. Women managed households but could also become traders, midwives, healers, or priestesses. Warfare held both practical and religious importance. The Aztecs viewed battle as a sacred duty, aimed at capturing prisoners for sacrifice. Aztec warriors bore round shields and wielded macuahuitl, wooden swords embedded with obsidian blades. Their armor, made of thick cotton, provided impressive protection. Every Aztec male underwent military training from youth. Noble warriors received elite instruction in both combat and leadership. Religion permeated all aspects of war. Before battle, warriors performed 60 days of rituals seeking divine favor. Victory meant not only conquest, but providing captives for the sacred rites believed to sustain the cosmos. During sacrifice ceremonies, prisoners were laid upon stone altars. Priests cut open their chests with obsidian knives, offering their hearts to the sun. The Aztecs believed this act fueled the sun's journey and maintained the balance of the universe. Religion was at the heart of Aztec life, shaping every aspect of their world. The Aztecs believed their gods required human life to sustain the cosmos. Without these offerings, the sun would cease its journey and the universe would collapse. Thus, human sacrifice was viewed as a sacred duty, an act to ensure the survival of all creation. Captured warriors were laid upon stone altars. Priests, wielding sharp obsidian knives, opened their chests and offered their hearts to the sun. These sacrificial victims were often treated with honor, believed to ascend as celestial beings serving the sun god. Throughout the year, the Aztecs held 18 major festivals, many featuring sacrificial ceremonies. Their calendar system was remarkably advanced. The solar calendar consisted of 365 days, divided into 18 months of 20 days each, with 5 extra days considered unlucky. Another sacred calendar, used for divination, comprised 260 days. Every 52 years, both calendars aligned, a cosmic event marked by the new fire ceremony. During this solemn night, all fires were extinguished. A sacrificial flame was then lit atop a sacred temple and carried to reignite every hearth in the land, symbolizing renewal. The Aztecs inherited much from earlier civilizations like the Teotihuacan. They revered the artistry and craftsmanship of their ancestors, elevating it to new heights. Aztec education was notably progressive. All children, regardless of gender or class, received mandatory schooling. Their writing system combined pictographs and phonetic symbols. An evolving script poised to become fully developed, had the Spanish not intervened. At the heart of the Aztec Empire stood Tenochtitlan, one of the marvels of the ancient world. Founded upon a vision of an eagle perched on a cactus devouring a snake, the city rose from a small island in Lake Texcoco. Through ingenious engineering, the Aztecs expanded their island, constructing causeways, canals, and aqueducts. Tenochtitlan became a thriving metropolis, its population reaching over 250,000 at its peak. The city dazzled Spanish conquistadors upon their arrival. Temples and pyramids soared from the water, adorned with gold and intricate carvings. Botanical gardens, zoos, and aquariums showcased the Aztecs' mastery of nature. At the city's heart stood the Templo Mayor, a towering pyramid crowned with twin temples, one for Tlaloc, the rain god, and one for Huitzilopochtli, the god of war and the sun. Here, the most sacred rituals, including human sacrifices, took place. Tenochtitlan was remarkably clean and orderly. Thousands of workers maintained the streets and waterways. Goods arrived daily via bustling canals, while aqueducts provided fresh water. The Aztecs skillfully managed their environment, transforming swamps into fertile lands and crafting a city that seemed to float upon the lake. It stood as a testament to their engineering brilliance and spiritual vision. Aztec mythology offered a profound vision of the cosmos. They believed the world had passed through 4 previous ages, each ending in cataclysm. The present age, known as the 5th sun, was sustained through sacrifice. At the dawn of creation stood Ometeotl, a dual god embodying both male and female aspects. From this divine source emerged 4 sons: Tezcatlipoca, god of war and night; Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, god of wisdom and wind; Huitzilopochtli, god of the sun and war; and Xipetotec, god of rebirth and agriculture. Together, these gods shaped the world, battling monstrous forces like Cipacli, a cosmic sea creature. From its body they crafted the earth and heavens. Yet harmony among the gods was fragile. Rivalries led to the cycles of destruction and rebirth. The first 4 suns ended in disasters: jaguar attacks, hurricanes, fiery rain, and floods, each transforming humanity. The current sun rose only through the self-sacrifice of the humble god Nanahuatzin, who leapt into the sacred fire. To keep this sun moving, the Aztecs believed they must offer human hearts and blood, fueling the cosmic order. This mythology infused every ritual and justified the practice of sacrifice. For the Aztecs, life and death were intertwined, a sacred cycle of renewal through blood and faith. In the 13th century, a nomadic people known as the Mexica arrived in the Valley of Mexico. Following a divine vision of an eagle on a cactus, they settled upon a small island in Lake Texcoco. From humble beginnings, the Mexica forged alliances and built their capital, Tenochtitlan. They gradually rose to dominance through diplomacy, warfare, and religious authority. By the early 16th century, the Aztec Empire encompassed vast territories, ruling over 5 to 6 million people. Tenochtitlan became the most populous city in Mesoamerica. Yet beneath this power lay simmering resentment. Conquered peoples paid heavy tribute and resented Aztec rule. This discontent would soon play a pivotal role in the empire's fate. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, European eyes turned toward the New World. In 1519, Hernán Cortés landed on the Mexican coast with a small force. Through cunning diplomacy, Cortés allied with Aztec enemies, such as the Tlaxcalans. With a modest Spanish force and native allies, he advanced toward Tenochtitlan. Initially welcomed as possible envoys of the god Quetzalcoatl, the Spaniards entered the city peacefully. But tensions rose quickly, culminating in the imprisonment of Emperor Montezuma II. As the Spanish presence grew, so did unrest. Fearing rebellion, the Spaniards massacred nobles and warriors during an Aztec religious festival. This atrocity ignited full-scale revolt. Aztec warriors besieged the Spaniards, who attempted a desperate nighttime escape. The chaotic retreat became known as La Noche Triste, the Night of Sorrows. Many Spaniards and their native allies perished as the Aztecs struck back with fury. Yet fate soon turned. A devastating smallpox epidemic swept through the Aztec population, introduced unwittingly by the Europeans. Without immunity, thousands perished, weakening the empire at a crucial moment. Regrouping, Cortés returned with a larger force and native allies. In 1521, they launched a brutal siege of Tenochtitlan. For 3 harrowing months, Aztec defenders fought valiantly amid famine, disease, and relentless assault. The once mighty city, its canals choked with wreckage and corpses, succumbed at last. On August 13, 1521, Emperor Cuauhtémoc surrendered. The Aztec Empire had fallen, but its spirit, its culture, and its memory would endure far beyond the reach of Spanish steel. Though the Aztec Empire fell to foreign conquest, its legacy remains woven into the fabric of modern Mexico. Aztec language, art, mythology, and even agricultural techniques persist to this day. The vision of the eagle and serpent, once a prophecy for a wandering people, now adorns the national flag of Mexico. Tenochtitlan lies buried beneath modern Mexico City, its ruins a silent testament to a once great civilization. Archaeologists continue to unearth treasures, revealing the richness and complexity of Aztec life. And in the collective memory of humanity, the Aztecs endure, an echo of ancient voices calling across the centuries. A reminder that civilizations may rise and fall, but their spirit lives on, through story, art, and the enduring quest to understand our shared past. What if I told you that beneath the modern streets of Mexico City lies the ghost of a lost empire? A civilization that built floating gardens, dazzling temples, and a city of wonders upon a shimmering lake. A people who believed their hearts and blood could keep the sun alive. This is the story of the Aztecs, an extraordinary civilization whose brilliance and tragedy continue to echo through time. Join me as we uncover the rise, glory, and fall of one of history's most fascinating empires. Though the Aztec Empire fell, its spirit lives on. The Nahuatl language is still spoken by millions. Aztec art and symbolism are woven into the very fabric of Mexican identity. Their sacred eagle and serpent now fly proudly upon the Mexican flag. Modern Mexico City rests upon the ruins of Tenochtitlan, yet beneath the concrete and steel, the stones of the ancient temples still whisper their story. Archaeologists continue to unearth the secrets of the Aztecs, codices, temples, artifacts, and timeless myths. Their legacy teaches us that no civilization is truly lost, as long as its story is remembered. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the world of the Aztecs. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales from the ancient past. Until next time.